And if you want a link to register your bike, just head to KXLY.com. Click on this story. You'll find it's very easy and very efficient. Reporting live from my bicycle, Aaron Luna, KXLY4 News. We were close enough earlier where from this fence we could actually feel the heat from the fire as it torched up the trees. Here comes the fire boss one more time as it makes another pass. You can see that's that 800 gallons of water that he drops each time. This is the perfect example of why there is a flood advisory right now. We're expecting to see a couple inches by Tuesday, and already in certain areas on the road, water is starting to pool. I'm going to step aside and take a look here. So we're getting our first look at renderings depicting the new tower to the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Now, coming up tonight at 6:30, we'll talk to people and find out what they think about the new building. Right over here is where they store the fire retardant. It's basically a mixture of fertilizer and xanthan gum, which you find in Wrigley's gum. They then take that, load it onto these planes. Those planes will drop 3,000 gallons of retardant on any fire. Trees like this throughout Spokane and eastern Washington are not uncommon. Uprooted, they pushed the fence up a good 10 feet and lifted portions of the sidewalk up. Spokane police are investigating a homicide near Browns Addition, while across state lines, Coeur d'Alene police are investigating a suspicious death. Lydia Davis says that she was at the Liberty Aquatic Center when a lifeguard asked her to relocate to the restroom because she was publicly breastfeeding her 10-month-old. The city council says it has no confidence in the mayor after he posted a Facebook comment they are calling offensive, derogatory, and demeaning. If you're looking at your sunrise tomorrow, 5:09, set your clocks. Our highs throughout the region today, we had 90 in Lewiston. The Pacific Northwest, we are looking at an air stagnation advisory for everything you see shaded in the dark color through noon on Monday. I think it's going to start to break up after that. Satellite and radar, we're seeing some low clouds through eastern Washington. Mix that with some patchy fog tonight, and it's still a lot of gray skies. When all is said and done, there'll be 58 turbines generating 105 megawatts of electricity, a model wind farm for any community. This is the machine that the child got into, and by no means is it an easy feat. The washing machine stands about 30 inches off the ground, and the opening is only about a foot wide. After that, the door has to be closed, and the handle has to be turned. Homes like this one, a complete loss, while some of them not even touched by the fire. Now today, tow trucks are in the area picking up burned out vehicles like this one.
Hello? Hi, may I speak to Melissa, please?
By any standards, it's an awkward call to make.
What do you know about gonorrhea?
But if Anna Halloran dials your number,
And I'm calling to let you know that you may have been exposed to gonorrhea.
it's a call worth picking up.
Reactions really vary. Some people just kind of take it in stride. Some people cry. Some people are really angry.
Halloran is the only person in the city of Spokane who calls and notifies people who may have been exposed to chlamydia or gonorrhea.
It's not something that I went to school for.
But with Spokane County in a gonorrhea outbreak right now, it's a call she's been making more frequently.
A lot of people do talk to their partners. I would say the majority talk to their partners.
Halloran is there for those who don't, collecting names and numbers to start that delicate conversation.
Hi, Kim. My name is Anna Halloran, and I'm calling for kind of an unusual reason.
Granted, some partners may not be on speaking terms or even know last names.
Sometimes I'll get a physical description to help me identify who they might be through Facebook.
Since healthcare providers are required to report cases of gonorrhea and chlamydia to the health district, Halloran isn't there to bail someone out of a prickly situation, but rather to stop the infection before it's passed or gets worse.
Prevention is always better than treatment, so we're just trying to stop disease before it spreads.
And while Halloran's job isn't unique by any means, she's only one of a handful in the nation. With that guaranteed hook
I'm calling to let you know that you may have been exposed to gonorrhea.
of a conversation starter.
I'm calling about a private health matter.
Getting it! Yeah. Way to go, Mike. Yeah. I think it's done. Let's probably hand out these waters. Yeah, that's fine. 56. Here's your receipt.
It's probably something we've all done.
You look up the hill and you don't see any construction. People are driving through.
Waiting till the road is actually closed before finding a way around.
There goes another truck and another car of people that don't live on Mount Vernon Drive.
But that attempt to find the quickest way around the detour is funneling cars right into Mary Margaret's neighborhood.
I mean, trucks and semis, and here's a couple more coming right now.
The city closed Ray at 20th Avenue to connect the sewer line to the combined sewer overflow, which means drivers trying to sneak by have to go into the neighborhoods at 19th. If you head to the west,
you're going to run into a dead end, which means you have to go either right or left. If you decide to go left, trying to get around the detour, well then, it takes you right back down to 19th, which means you've only gone in a circle because you didn't follow the detour.
people have been making that loop around Mary Margaret's home since Monday morning.
It really didn't subside the whole day. It was amazing, the things that came by here.
Granted, the detour sign is at the bottom of the hill.
If you follow the detour sign at the bottom of the hill, that's the best and safest route.
But residents off Mount Vernon say more signage is needed.
To say dead end or?
Not approved.
Yeah, this is not going to get you to Ray or Trader Joe's, so.
Construction will last another 3 weeks. Mount Vernon residents hope they can last that long as well.
The people are barreling through here. They are mad and frustrated, and we're patient people. We're a good neighborhood, so we just want something done about it. So
they just recently adopted 3 wonderful girls, ages 8, 9, and 11. It's a busy household, but someone was missing: the girl's older brother. That's why the Extreme team responded to the call for help. They skipped the diapers and went straight to bouncing braids.
They look at us and say, "Boy, do you have your hands full."
Originally, Mitch and Jennifer wanted to adopt 1 child.
And then we met them.
But came home with 3 young ladies: Jules, Bree, and Maggie, 11, 9, and 8 years old.
The journey is really, really, really worth it.
And that journey has just begun, because these girls have an older brother. He's 13 and hasn't been adopted yet, so we couldn't put him in the story. But the girls have nice things to say about him.
What's he like?
Nice.
Even if he is a boy.
Boys are troublemakers. Yeah.
But you love your brother.
Yeah.
Then today, Mitch and Jennifer broke the news.
We wanted to let you know that he's coming home with us.
He's gonna live here.
Oh no! 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 Yeah!
He'll move in with us pretty soon.
How am I supposed to know this unless he moves in today?
This family of 5 is about to get bigger.
Feels like the right thing to do to keep them all together.
Are we gonna do his room before my room? Because I don't want to share my room.
There's going to be a door.
Enter Mark Peterson and the Extreme team.
Right here.
In order to adopt another child, Mitch and Jennifer need another room in the home.
I've got.
So this is gonna be a brother's room, eh?
I know, but wait a minute. Can I come out for a minute? Hold on.
Their hands may be full.
We're ready for what can get thrown at us.
Yeah.
No more coffee.
But so are their hearts.
And I know some of the girls are going to struggle with it at first, but they'll see that there's enough mom and dad to go around.
Construction starts this week. Stay with KXLY4 as we continue to follow this story. And Nadine, grading the city on how it did on its first Stage 1 snow event of the season is kind of like changing a diaper. Some parts are clean, smooth, easy to handle, while other parts, well, they're just kind of a mess. Winter in Spokane. That means snow on the roads. and people's opinions on how the city is handling it.
I would probably go with a B.
We hit the highways asking residents to give a grade to the city's plow efforts during the first Stage 1 snow event of the season.
I think that they try and be aggressive in terms of putting out the de-icer and that sort of stuff.
Aside from slush in the shade, downtown looked fairly good.
My neighborhood, however, I think I'd have to give them an F.
And the Comstock neighborhood did look like it hadn't been plowed. A fail for some, A+ for others. The perfect cross-country skiing terrain.
That's what you get to do when you're a retired teacher. Today, I love the fact that they haven't gotten to the side roads yet.
But overall, this former teacher says pass.
I would give them an A for the main roads throughout the town because I never have trouble.
The city won't plow neighborhoods until a Stage 1 is declared. Today it had 11 grader teams out, a total of 42 trucks combing the 2,200 lane miles of the city. Scott Miller removes those berms the city leaves behind, and he travels quite a ways.
From Meade High School area all the way to the 57th.
No problem, he says.
A1.
But opinions vary north near Corbin Park.
I'd give it a C-. I haven't seen them touch this street, and a lot of the streets that I often walk on, I haven't seen.
And we asked city officials what they thought they deserved as far as a grade, and they said an A because they declared the snow event early, and they also had 30 truck drivers on the street when they declared that snow event, trying to get things as clear as possible. Nadine?
No surprise, they gave themselves an A. A little surprise with your diaper analogy, though, Aaron. Hey, the city, though, getting some help now from Mother Nature.
Yeah, definitely there, Nadine. You have to say, during a Stage 1 event, they focus on arterials first, bus routes, hospital areas, and then business areas. The Sun, I think, definitely giving them a little bit of extra credit here. As far as we can tell, the city hasn't declared that they're through with that Stage 1, so plows will be out until they do.
He says if that bite was a little bit lower, he might not be here today. Now he's wondering if city ordinances and state laws aren't strict enough to keep people safe.
On a sunny day in late July, Klaus Kummerling was outside in the yard.
My neighbor's son came by with his pit bull, and I asked him, "Can I pet the dog? Is he friendly?" He said, "Yeah, he is super friendly."
Kummerling says the dog had previously been lunging at him behind his shared fence, so he was hoping to make friends and stop the racket.
Right here, I bent down to pet the dog.
Now keep in mind Kummerling has dogs of his own, but what happened next could make anyone hesitant of any dog.
And I said, "Hi, Bo, nice dog." Bow.
The pit bull ripped into Kummerling's face. He yelled for his wife to call 911.
Then I turned around and I saw a piece of meat laying right there on the driveway. And I picked it up, and then I realized that it was my own piece of meat.
According to police, the pit bull had a history of biting. City ordinance says the dog should have been muzzled while walking. Kummerling says the ordinance should go further and require owners to notify neighbors if they own a vicious animal.
We feel this is really an issue of public safety and awareness, and it's something that didn't have to happen and shouldn't have happened.
Kummerling's attorney suggests the state revisit laws that govern vicious dogs, holding owners responsible the first time their dog bites.
In Idaho, we have what's called a one-free bite rule, which means a dog can, has to bite before in order for homeowners to, be responsible.
The neighbor's dog was euthanized, but Kummerling will never look, feel, or eat the same way after that terrifying dog bite.
This pain on a 1 to 10 scale was an 11.
We did reach out to the dog's owners. We knocked on their door. Unfortunately, they weren't home when we did.
Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a jump up to 80, but that's below average. Partly cloudy skies, especially in the afternoon. We'll see a few more clouds, and in the morning, southwest winds 5 to 15. It's going to be another gusty day tomorrow. We had gusts upwards of 26 miles per hour at the airport. It's going to be the same tomorrow. Right now, it's starting to cool down, 72 in Spokane. Over in Coeur d'Alene, just a few clouds and 66. Winds are calm. The pressure is holding steady. Looking at your almanac, our today's high was 85, just 1 degree above average, which is 84 for this time of year. Our lows almost match up. If you're looking at your sunrise tomorrow, 5:09. Set your clocks. Our highs throughout the region today. We had 90 in Lewiston as well as Moses Lake, 91 in Yakima and Wenatchee. So a few warm areas on the map, but overall still a very mild day. Seasonable, if you will. Satellite and radar. That cloud cover coming in from this low pressure system to the north. That's going to start moving to the east, and it's going to change a few things for us. We're under pretty much a westerly flow right now. There's our jet stream. And as this low pressure moves out and high pressure moves in, that'll change to a northwesterly flow, and that's going to bring some dry, cold fronts down from the north. It also changes our wind just a little bit, so you'll see stronger gusts over the Cascade Gap in the next few days before that high pressure moves in for the weekend. Warms things up, calms things down. Northwest forecast tonight, 57 in Coeur d'Alene, 60 on the South Hill, down in Pullman, 52 degrees. And Derek, the Tunk Valley is an area that is just completely burned out. You can't drive through without looking around and just wondering at all the black charred dirt you see. It's a story that we've been telling a lot during these fires. Neighbors helping other neighbors battle the flames, keep their homes safe, but in this valley, it goes even further than that. In the battle for the Tunk Valley, Jim Wilkin can claim a victory.
I had my fire hose that was hooked up into the creek.
When the wall of flame crested the hill, Wilkin ran for the barn.
I dug this fire line to help.
Along with his neighbors, he made his stand. He knew he was outnumbered.
At one point, we was completely surrounded in fire. At one point.
And very much in danger.
And it was plumb spooky.
But giving up isn't the cowboy way. Even the largest fire in the state's history wasn't going to stop him.
I have a healthy respect for fires. And I was more concerned about saving the place than I was the fire.
Besides, he had a backup plan.
Well, we had the creek. I had bailed into the creek.
Wilkin saved his home.
Very good neighbors. That's what we do up in this country. Neighbors help neighbors.
Now he has a different mission, keeping out those who may see disaster as a way to profit illegally.
Put this up, just kind of try to keep the looters out.
He's not the only armed resident. Talk about a neighborhood watch.
We're just do what we've been doing, just hanging tough.
And it's a good thing. It could be weeks until the power's back on.
Do what needs to be done, yes indeed. And we're all survivors up here. We'll get through this.
And there's several signs leading into the Tunk Valley that say firefighters and residents only. I would advise anyone who's there for any ill deed to turn around. Reporting live in Omak tonight, I'm Aaron Luna, KXLY4 News.
There he is, with a new way to keep your bike safe and get it back if it's ever stolen and faster. Aaron, the police department has hundreds of stolen bikes, it says, that haven't been claimed.
I don't know what it is about a bike, Nadine. Maybe it's the wind through your helmet or just to feel the open road underneath your tires, but you don't want to lose that feeling. So when your bike gets stolen, you want to do everything you can to get it back as quickly as possible. Now, don't forget to wear your helmet. There are a couple more days out of Ride Your Bike to Work Week, but you can make it last all summer if you really want to. And also, coming up tonight at 6, we're going to tell you about what sort of bike locks you want to use. And if you want a link to register your bike, just head to KXLY.com. Click on this story. You'll find it's very easy and very efficient. Reporting live from my bicycle, Aaron Luna, KXLY4 News.
Very nice. Hey, can you pop a wheelie? No, don't do it. That'd be dangerous.
I won't try that.
Okay.